Good evening, everyone. I'm Nathan, here with my wonderful wife, Laura.
Hello.
We're here to do a review of the Chocolate-Opoly board game.
Yes, it's essentially Monopoly, but not officially Monopoly, with chocolate things everywhere.
A decadently delicious property trading game for chocolate lovers.
Yes.
This is by Late for the Sky.
Which does a lot of Opoly's and, things that aren't really Monopolies, but really they're Monopolies.
Yeah, so it's all about buying different chocolates and things, mostly.
Chocolate properties.
Chocolate properties.
As you do.
And
and then trying to bankrupt the other players out of chocolate.
Yeah. So let's take a close look. There is a couple of small changes to this one compared to, say, an official Monopoly.
There really isn't. There really isn't, aside from the chocolate aspect. We'll have, there's a link in the description to all of our game instructions. There will be a copy of that one there.
Here we have the wonderful board.
Alright, so how about we turn it up and start from the middle here. So across the centre we have the big Chocolate-Opoly name, as well as a chocolate dipped strawberry.
And we have, instead of community, chess and chance, it's satisfaction and temptation.
Yes, so we have spaces for both of the cards, which we'll show you after on the board. Are you seeing some similarities to Monopoly so far, though? Alright, we're going to start down here at essentially what is the go space, this corner.
You mean indulge?
Yes, so it is indulge. It works the same way as a go space. You get $200 by either landing or passing. Indulge. Indulge. Got to remember to say that and not go.
Yes, so let's take a look at some of the properties. Also, let me just turn the brightness down. Because it's like a brown board, it really doesn't like...
Camera's having trouble. Alright, so the instructions do still say we're not buying chocolate, we're buying properties.
Yes.
They just have kind of funny chocolate-related names.
Yes.
So we have Carob Schmarab.
Sugar-free frustration.
In the middle we have the space for the satisfaction cards. It's kind of like a chocolate wrapper that's mostly empty. Instead of tax, you've got, well, tax, but messy fingers tax.
So anything that's not rent or anything actually goes into the middle. And if you land on what is essentially free parking, which we'll show in a moment, you actually get that money.
Yes, you do. So the tax still goes into the bank, doesn't it? No. Tax and rent.
Tax and rent, but anything else goes into the middle.
Yeah. Instead of railways, we have types of chocolate. So this one is unsweetened.
Milk chocolate madness.
You're probably noticing by the values here, I think they're all relatively similar.
They're not. Oh, they're similar. They're not exact, but they are similar in terms of...
But they're similar in like how they're structured in the cost going up around the board and things like that. So we've got the orange set, milk chocolate madness, dark chocolate dementia, and white chocolate weakness. And that's the temptation card space.
Chocoholics Anonymous.
Instead of jail.
But if you land on there, you're just craving.
Yes, you are. You're just craving some chocolate. Alright, we have the yellow set. You can probably see the colours are different on the properties. They haven't done those in the same order as Monopoly.
They are the same colours, but just, different orders.
Yeah, so normally this would be like the pinky sort of coloured ones.
And then orange.
Candy bar cravings, triple chocolate trauma, hot chocolate hysteria there, and...
The electricity.
Cocoa bean.
Yep.
As you do.
Bittersweet.
So their other station. And then we have ice cream inspiration, warm brownie exaltation, and devil's food delectation. Which, some of these are a mouthful.
Yeah, some of these words I haven't heard in quite some time.
They don't roll off the tongue that well, some of them either. Here's your free sample spot that you were talking about.
So it functions as free parking. In regular Monopoly, it's a house rule, I suppose, where anything that's not like rent and all that will go into the middle, and if you land on it, you get what's in the middle.
So they've just built that into the game as one of the normal rules, which is kind of cool, because that's usually a house rule that we play with.
Something chocolate this way comes.
I cried a chocolatier and double truffle.
And then semi-sweet.
Yep, for another station. Pudding passion, bonbon bliss, and confection affection.
Then we have the sugar, which is the water.
What's the other utility?
The other utility.
Yeah. We have the go-to Chocoholics Anonymous. Now, if you do land there, you go straight to Chocoholics Anonymous.
Do not pass indulge. Do not collect $200.
Exactly. We have Gourmet Souffle, Holy Cannoli, and Last Eclair Despair. We have another station.
Yes, sweet.
Chocolate.
Chocolate chip cookie coma. Ooh. And then death by chocolate, and the other tax is a roasting fee.
you gotta roast your cocoa beans. So that is the board. A lot of weird and wacky chocolate puns
Related.
and things on there.
Alright, let's just fix the lighting now that we're not looking at the brown chocolate board.
Alright, so we do have deed cards for all of our properties, because that's what we're buying, not chocolate.
They function the same as regular Monopoly. They've got obviously different values. You've got the mortgage value, the mortgage amount, how much to buy chocolate chunks.
So that's the houses, the chocolate chunks.
And the chocolate factories, which are the hotels.
Yep. You then have your rent. If you do have the full set in one colour, you still double it, just like in Monopoly. So if I had all of this colour, it would be 8 instead of 4 for rent, until you start building on your chunks. And then obviously the values go up from there.
Now what's interesting about these is they've got the mortgage amount down the bottom, but they've also just got fun facts about chocolate and things like that in the back.
Yep. So we won't read all of those out, but they kind of relate. So this was the sugar-free frustration property.
And it's about diabetic
sugar-free chocolate. Yeah, they actually like relate specifically to them. So again, we won't sort of read through all of those.
Just a neat little thing.
Yep, these are our stations, essentially, or our chocolate types. And again, if you have more, you get more if someone lands on them and needs to pay you.
Hey, is there any similarities to Monopoly? I haven't seen them.
They also have facts about them on the back.
And
then they just sort of keep going, all the different colours. Oh, there's one of the utilities.
Similar sort of amounts in terms of like what's rolled.
Yep. And then a fact on the back that relates. So that is the deed cards. I find it weird that they still kept them called properties.
Yeah, I don't really understand that. The money's that generic money you get, I think, from the sky things.
It's in a lot of the Opolis. Yeah, they don't customise them generally.
10, 20, 50, 100, and 500. They're all the same colours, but just different order. The money's coloured in, if that makes sense.
Alright, then we have one set of our cards. They've all got the symbol on one side. These are the satisfaction cards, by the way. And these are totally different in like their pictures to like a Monopoly.
And they have slightly different outcomes too, depending what cards you get.
Some of them.
Some of them do.
Yeah. They often have a little quote on them as well. So, forget love, I'd rather fall in chocolate. You have to fall forward into the next chocolate property. Some of them are like collecting money from others. You might have to pay something.
There's your hotel renovation or maintenance cost card.
Your houses and hotels is now chocolate chunks and factories.
Roasting and processing fees.
Yep. Again, see, they have the quotes. Some of them actually are like famous quotes by famous people. The Forrest Gump quote, "Life is like a box of chocolates," is on one of them.
There's a couple of trivia questions.
Like this one.
Yes.
So you have to actually ask the trivia question, and if the player to your left answers, then you have to pay them. If not, you get the money. So that's a weird thing, especially if you played it often.
Well, then there's only, I think, two quiz cards per deck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you need to pay $50 to go see Dr. Chocolate.
Of course. So that is the satisfaction cards. It's a fairly small pile. So if you did play this on a regular basis, I think you would fast learn those cards.
Go directly to Chocoholics Anonymous, not jail. Advance to any space occupied by another player. I don't think that's in a regular Monopoly.
No, it's a different one.
Collect $100. President of the Chocolate Lover Club. Ooh. All tokens advance to sugar.
Yeah, so instead of just you, that's a little bit unusual.
It's the Forrest Gump. Allow the player to your left to move your token to any chocolate property. Quiz. There's a lotto. Place any amount up to 50 in the centre of the board. Choose a number between 2 and 12. If you roll your number, collect 10 times the amount you placed in the centre. Advance to Carib Schmarib. They're basically just ragging on Carib on this one, I think.
Well, it's Carib.
Yeah.
No offence if you like it, it's just not for us.
So, move back 3 spaces. Get out of Chocoholics Anonymous free.
Very useful. There's only one of those in the whole game.
Look.
Alright, then we have our houses and our hotels.
Look, they're just brown blocks.
Yep, those are our choc chunks or our houses.
And hotels, factories.
They're very similar to a normal Monopoly hotel. And then we need to take our plain pieces out so we can see. These are all chocolate themed. Except the dice.
Except the dice.
Those are just standard dice.
They should have been brown at least, you reckon, huh?
You would have lost them on the board though.
That's
they would
true.
have blended in.
Alright, so what have we got here?
So we have a little like
Hershey's
chocolate
Kiss.
kiss, or was not officially Hershey's,
Sorry.
but yeah, like a chocolate kiss sort of piece.
Cookie.
But it's already been chewed on.
Nibble, nibble, nibble. Like a chocolate piece of cake. I'm assuming it's chocolate flavoured.
Well,
Could be vanilla strawberry, I don't know.
don't think it would make sense being anything else.
Cocoa bean bag with beans of cocoa.
Yep, actually says cocoa beans on the front there.
I'm assuming a chocolate sundae.
Yep, in a little bowl.
And a chocolate dipped strawberry.
Delicious. So those are the pieces.
And
that's
this is just like what other games you can buy.
yep.
You know, so nothing else.
Because they make a lot.
They do.
Like a lot of Opoly games. I think we reviewed not actually that many.
No, we've had a few in the past, but I'm not sure I think we got rid of them before we even started the channel, so.
Yeah. But if you enjoyed watching this video, give us a thumbs up. Let us know in the comment section down below if you own any Opolys. And did you buy it just because you liked that theme? Or because you didn't want a Monopoly, you wanted an Opoly instead?
Especially if it's about cats.
Oh, just before we finish, sorry, I remembered. There's also the extreme Chocolate-Holic version where it suggests putting actual chocolate on the free samples space.
So if you land on it, you get to indulge.
And there's also a short version of the game, just like there is for Monopoly, where you can like deal out some of the deeds at the start of the game and put a time limit on it so that you're not there playing forever. Or you can bankrupt people, obviously, to win.
Sounds good.
Make sure to hit that subscribe button and check back soon so you don't miss any of our new videos.
Sounds good. Double sounds good.
Nathan thinks everything sounds good. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.